seen that there's a fuel dump there. And the long-range desert group, keeping an eye out, have realised that the Italians are looking at their fuel dump. But rather than shoot them up, they're waving to them. The inside of the German field cap was red, so when they took the hats off and they saw that it was red, they were hoping that they would see that they're German. And then using their air signs showing the swastika, they're hoping, and they probably might carry it off, that the Italians will think they're actually Germans. Because we lost a lot of vehicles in North Africa to the Germans and the Italians, and they used our vehicles. So it looks as though they're having a cigarette, exchanging cigarettes, probably a little bit of pasta too, because the British commies had never seen pasta before until 1941. And then the Italian infantry are just setting up their machine gun positions, and they're bringing up a little Fiorino, tiny little car, but it was used widely in North Africa. But the Germans have realised actually they're not the Germans in the long range desert military, they're actually British. So the Italians you can see with the big black feathers in the air, now forgive me for my Italian pronunciation, birds of the air. They were a specialist unit. They had good equipment, they had good guns, and they were well trained. Now they're going to take the long-range desert group officers as prisoner, interrogate them, find out where they're from, where their operating base is, that sort of thing. They'll look at the maps, and then obviously they'll take the vehicle, use the vehicle if it's serviceable, and use the arms and ammunition. Another unit that's with the Italians, they're a parachute regiment, again, well trained, well armed. And then behind them, there's some Germans, the Fallschirmjäger. Now the Fallschirmjäger are actually paratroops, and again, very, very good. Now it looks as though the long-range desert group might be able to get a message off. There's elements of the air forward. Is there any markers in the arena area? We have some markers down in the arena area. To direct fire from the enemy position, give the infantry some cover. And then we've got a look at the private army and the SAS and the medical team. heavily armed, their armour is like an old excellent. So they rely on their manoeuvrability and their speed. Now we've got the German mortar team coming up to give assistance to the Italians. The re-enactment. That's the weakness on that. The weak signals we're still moving up, slowly but surely. Now if you look at the British mortar team, you'll see that they've got red flashes on their socks. They're actually part of the Highland division. And these guys, there were times they couldn't wear their kilts in battle after the First World War, but many of them did. Thankfully for you, they're not wearing their kilts today, because they do like to wear it traditionally. The other problem with these regiments is that you can see the yellow thing on the back. The Italian mortar team was trying to put some fire down to and it looks as though the mortar team was managed to score a direct hit on the Stoke, taking the Stoke out. some of the Italians are now surrendering, they've realised that their game's up. Far too much firepower from the British. The members of the Burligari are now surrendering. But the British Tommies have got them. During battles like this, both sides took prisoners, and a lot of the prisoners that we took from the Italians and Germans, they would be interviewed, they'd be worked, find out what units they were from, and then they'd be shipped back to the UK. One of the reasons there's a lot of Italians around Glasgow, of all places, is that there was a big prisoner of war camp up there with Italians. And after the war, many of them stayed in the UK. When there were low-grade prisoners, like Wehrmacht, an average soldier, they would be given tasks like work on farms and things like that. And again, a lot of the Germans actually stayed after the war, but particularly the Italians. So what's happening now, we'll take some of those prisoners, they'll be sent back to a pen where they'll be looked after. The war according to a veteran I spoke to in North Africa, he said it was a civilised war. Now we find that abhorrent really, how can a war be civilised? But he went on to say that it was still armies against each other, and they were respected. He said there were no civilians involved, there's no towns being destroyed. So in that respect, I could understand what he meant. But we would look after the prisoners, and equally the Germans and Italians would look after our prisoners. There were no Gestapo or SS out in North Africa. Rommel was very keen on being a professional soldier, and he expected his troops to be professional towards the British or any prisoners that they took. Once they got shipped back to Germany, it was a different matter. But all the time they were under Rommel's control, our prisoners were looked after. So the guys will clear through, make sure there's no pockets of resistance anywhere, and then they'll radio back. The battle's over. They've lost their fuel dump, unfortunately. So all those supplies of Italian meatballs and pasta they managed to trade, they've gone.